In the last video, I explained how to build modes using the white keys of the piano and just going from successive scale steps of the C major scale. That's a useful way, and it's a quick way to spell it if you're in the, no flats, no sharps. It's just that when you want to put Dorian on a B flat, or you want to put Phrygian on an F sharp, different chromatic notes as the do, as the first scale degree of the modes, that sort of doesn't help you out too much. So another way of thinking about the modes is just to imagine how they're related to major and minor scales. And assuming you know your major and minor scales, this way works really well. So for instance, let's take the Dorian mode under the white key system. It was D to D, so D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D. And we ask ourselves, how is this like either a major or a minor scale? And it's very, very similar to a minor scale. If we had one flat, if this B was flat, this would have been a D minor scale. But because we don't have that flat, it's a D Dorian scale. So the difference is Dorian is like a pure minor scale, but with a raised 6th scale degree. This is B natural, and that's the raised 6th scale degree. Otherwise, it's just like a minor scale. So knowing that, we can start on any do. Say we start on G, and we spell it G minor scale. Now you have to know your major and minor scales. Turns out that G minor has 2 flats. I could put them here, or I could just put them here. It doesn't matter whether we put them in a key signature or not. But there's G minor. If I want to make this G Dorian, I start with a minor scale, and then I raise the 6th scale degree. So the 6th scale degree is the E flat. I don't have to put a natural here, right? If it wasn't in the key signature. Let me take it away from there. But if it wasn't the key signature, I guess it would. Anyway, so now I have the pure minor scale with the raised 6th scale degree. It's going to sound like a Dorian scale. Let me play that for you. Here's the minor. And here's with the raised 6th scale degree. Here it is. So it's that raised 6th scale degree that makes it subtly different than a minor scale. All right, let's go up to, actually let's spell another Dorian just to get practice with that. Let's try A Dorian. So A minor is the minor scale that uses no flats, no sharps. So there is an A pure minor scale. If I want to raise the 6th scale degree, though, I need to put a sharp in front of that F. I need to raise, right? Take it up a half step. So here was A minor. And here's A Dorian. Very subtle. The difference in syllables, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, te, do, and do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, te, do. So it's very, very subtle difference. Let's try another mode, Phrygian mode. All right, now the white key version of Phrygian was E to E. And this mode is also very much like a minor mode. If it was E minor, it would have had 1 sharp right here. So the difference between E minor and E Phrygian is we're going to lower the 2nd scale degree. Otherwise, it's very much like the E minor scale. So here's E minor. And here's E Phrygian. And it's that bottom half step. When we take away the sharp, it's that E to F, that half step, that sounds so Phrygian about that. So let's take another minor scale. Let's say, let's get a little dangerous here. Let's do the E flat minor scale. So that's going to be E flat, F, G flat, A flat, B flat, C flat, D flat, and E flat. Okay, so that's 6 flats, and all we have to do is put in F flat. It's that lowered 2nd scale degree that makes it an E flat Phrygian. So here's E flat minor. And here's E flat Phrygian. I chose one that had a lot of flats and sharps. Let's choose one that's not quite so chromatic, or at least has so many flats and sharps. Let's try, say, the B Phrygian. So B minor uses two sharps, F sharp and C sharp. Right. So here's one of the sharps, C sharp. Here's the other sharp, F sharp. Okay. So here's B minor. So what do you think we need to do to make that B Phrygian? We need to lower this second scale degree, make it C natural. So you get rid of the C sharp, and it sounds like this. So the way we're teaching you to spell modes in this video is you start with a major or a minor scale, and then you make an adjustment to it that transforms it into a mode. Now we've started with Dorian, we started with a minor and lowered the 6, or raised the 6, and then here we started with a minor and raised the 2nd. Let's try starting with a major scale. So we're going to do C major scale, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. And it turns out that Lydian is a major scale, but with a raised 4th scale degree. So whatever the 4th is on a major scale, take it up a half step, and you got yourself a Lydian mode. And here's the C major scale. And here's the C Lydian. And it's that raised 4th. We could try another Lydian. Let's start out with a B flat major scale, right? B flat would be B flat, C, D, E flat, F, G, A, B flat. Okay, I'm just using the key signature here to get my two flats, B flat and E flat. But if I want to make it Lydian, remember, we're going to raise the 4th scale degree. So how do we do that? Well, in this case, we put a natural in front of that E flat. In other words, we get rid of the E flat. So here's B flat major and B flat Lydian. Hopefully you're getting the idea. We start with a scale that we know, we make a chromatic adjustment, and we get to a mode. Let's try Mixolydian. Turns out Mixolydian is when you lower the 7th scale degree of a major scale. So for instance, if I started with a G major scale, which is 1 sharp, there it is, G major scale, and the chromatic adjustment I'm going to make is to lower the 7th. So in this case, that means get rid of the sharp, make it natural. All right, so G major would have been, but G Mixolydian is, and it's that lowered 7th that gives it its special quality. It's a subtle difference, but it's a difference, and that's the cool thing about modes, is all these subtle shadings of half steps and whole steps. Rather than in the major-minor system that we're so accustomed to, it's either black or white. It's either major or minor. Here we have lots of shadings along the spectrum. All right, let's try, we've done Dorian, we've done Phrygian, we've done Lydian, and we've done Mixolydian. The other one that's left is Locrian. And again, that one I don't emphasize too much because Locrian just doesn't happen very much. But think about the Locrian mode that we did in the white key. It was B to B. Is that more similar to a major scale or to a minor scale? Well, it turns out it has like this minor 3rd here. It has this lowered 6th and lowered 7th here. It's very much like a minor scale. However, the difference between it and a minor scale is a minor scale would not have that flat 2 or that flat 5. So lowering the 2nd scale degree and lowering the 5th scale degree, that's what makes Locrian Locrian. And I think I'm going to call it right there because this video is getting a little bit long. But you're not going to use Locrian very much in writing probably, whereas you'll use Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian, Mixolydian a lot. Plus the Ionian mode is a major scale and the Aeolian mode is a minor scale. So those ones are just like their equivalent in major-minor.